I'm Priscilla Batzell, and that is a 14 by 14 inch canvas, and you are visiting Expressionist Art Studio Gallery. These are my OXO Omelette Turning Flip and Fold spatulas by Good Grips. They're on my Amazon link. My Amazon link is on my link tree. My link tree is under Show More. And I may use them to swipe. I may also use these, and possibly this, and maybe this. We'll see what happens. I want to play. I'm going to just give myself a fairly nice puddle. Well, I would, if it would let that thing out that's in there. That's 3.5, 4. Shall we go for 5? How long are you? That is how long that is. Wow. Oh no, really? You're going to tell me there's more? Well, that's not helpful a bit. That's pretty helpful. I think we're all set now. Let me pull that lump out. Take it with this lump too. Put those someplace they can't do any more harm. So, I was really planning on using some white on the other side, but that took a little bit longer than I was expecting it to. I'd like a somewhat copious layer of paint. I don't want so much paint that I flood things though. So let's see how far this will go. Let's just see if we can absorb that mark. I still have a fairly decent layer on here, with no more weird objects in it, as far as I know. We'll leave that that negative space for some white, and we'll just knock off. I was going to knock it off. I'm just going to knock it off by putting it on the edge of my canvas. Using my thumb. So one side is covered. If I do this, I can cover another one. I'm so OCD sometimes. Get that as the canvas bounces up and down on the tile on my turntable. Description of sound effects provided by... Alright, so I'm going to wipe that off because I might want to use it in a minute. I keep a nice damp studio rag, which is getting a little saturated. It's almost time for a new rag. And I put my thumbprint of black paint all over the handle. Okay, so I've been watching other people do paintings with cell activator and base paint that's pillow paint. And I don't want to use pillow paint. I want to use something else. So my first experiment is going to be with cell activator. And hopefully I left my bottles open. I have some Tuscan Sun with some orange unicorn spit, some frozen. Whoops, I'm dripping. This is probably not the right tool to start with, but this is the one I wanted. We'll just start there. I like the idea of putting the cell activator on first, but I should have thought about it a little more thoroughly because there's no angle, no good angle for the spatula. It's probably better off swiping later, but we're covered now. And we have some decent cells. And there's definitely room for more colors. I want to put that white in. I have some Amsterdam white, or so it says, that's just been sitting in a bottle. It seems very liquidous, but since it's only a base coat, I'm hoping that I can get away with it. Let's get rid of that spatula into the bucket so I don't do anything else with it. It's foolish. And grab another one. I'm going to take some paint push it right over here. Probably going to use one of those palette knives and just experiment for a minute by putting cell activator on it, black in this case, and swiping through the white, because I like to see the patterns. I haven't really done this. I've been thinking about it a while. I wish I could see that better. I've always had a hard time seeing the difference between white paint and white canvas. Go figure. It's been a lot of white paint under the bridge too. You pull that forward, knock that paint off. Good thing I have 4 or 5 spatulas. I'm going to take the rest of that paint off with my finger. Use it. It is a little bit more fluid than anything else, but I don't think it's going to matter. So let me try some of the black. I want a smaller palette knife to start with. It's really not heavy enough. But it might be cool anyway, because I don't give up easily. It is selling like magnificently, so I'm not gonna say anything about that. I'm gonna try the bigger palette knife though. I do need a heavy enough layer, I am quite certain, of base paint to glide anything over the top of. That's why the pillow paint is such a good idea. Unlike other people who wipe their palette knives off, require myself to take advantage of the fact that there's free paint. And I want to use it. Let's try a cleaner rag. Wow. Yeah, that's not really working anymore. That one's going in the bucket. I've got another one underneath it. That'll be better with some water on it too. I keep wondering if maybe a sponge is an alternative, but I don't do it. Okay, this time I want to use some pink. I've got pink diamond, and I'm going to use the white cell activator, which is Amsterdam white. Oh, and my orange, which is Tuscan Sun, like I said, with a little unicorn spit in it. And some pink diamond, if it's willing to come. Oh, come on. I didn't think I'd ever have to do that. Don't ask me. Some of you have already imagined. There does seem to be enough paint to float. And I am interested in taking my residual black that I knew would be there on that palette knife and using it, and my white, because the Meaden will sell also. So just use what's handy, basically, is my theory. And try not to leave your bottles in the way. That's my other theory. Well, so far I'm not hating any of that. I'm thinking I'd like some Fandango though, which is a really beautiful green. But I have Magenta by Golden mixed with Amsterdam, mixed with Aussie Floetrol, that came out. I'm not really organized today for this. I've been editing and uploading videos. Let's give that a little bit of a shake. Try a different tool. Let's make sure both of my bottles are open before this happens. I'm going to use the Peacock. Whoops. And the Peacock is now already on the canvas. I'm going to use some gold which in theory should be a cell activator, but has not worked out that way, but it still seems to be the right viscosity, and mixed with other cell activators it works. That's some dioxazine purple. This is the Peacock. Here's the Fandango. Yes, I just eradicated some really cool stuff. Which I might be sorry about, and I might not. Cells do keep developing. This is just meant to be an experiment, after all. I want a scrape dish. I'll just use what's handy. That did work. Here come the cells. There's the Amsterdam white. Well, I'm not like totally stoked about this yet. But it is supposed to be just playtime anyway. And it might turn out to be something very cool and I'm just not aware yet. Which happens quite a bit, actually. So let's do something a little different. Grab some of my Chantilly lace. Yeah, I saw that. Some poinsettia. A little claret, if it's willing to come out. A bunch of, you know what I really want? I want some frosted berry to add a lighter element. And I'll use a little Mayan gold. A little of this new orange that's Mayan gold with unicorn spit. Is that hot orchid? No, that's pink diamond. Excellent. I'm trying to figure out, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to use my spatula. I want to go that way. So I'm going to do this. Who the heck knows what's going to happen? I'm not making any claims. Alright, I've got one more side. And I'm thinking I want to throw some peacock in there as well. And while we're at it, maybe a little Fandango. And come back and use some of the black and the white, I think. Although the purple's still calling me. Is it cool or is it a mess? I don't know yet. I'm not sure about that peacock. I like this, but I don't see much of anything I'm in love with over there. So in that case, I'm going to use some of that gold too. Where did it go? There we go. Is it getting more interesting, or is it just still a big mess? No, it's getting more interesting. Cool. Oh, there's a color I haven't used. Any of the African Violet. Well, this isn't really what I was planning on. I've got 3 minutes left. To tell you guys, I do sell my artwork. I have over 2,400 videos. That's a little better. I like that red over there. Don't mind it over here either. It's very freeform. I don't think this one looks like an ocean at all, but they almost always, when they're like this, turn out looking like undersea scenes. I don't know what this would be. That was cell activator. Because I wanted something dark over there and to possibly pop a few cells. It's for sure different. Makes me want to do chain. Oh, I know what I do want to do. I might grab a Toothy Tool in the last 2 minutes. I could grab a bunch of Toothy Tools. So there will be more experimenting with things. Because I don't think I have enough paint to stretch anything out. Although some of it stretches. If you have enough pillow underneath, you can stretch things out. But I didn't really choose to go pillow-wise. So what have I got? I've got Toothy Tool number 1. That basically scraped down a canvas. Toothy Tool number 2. This could be really cool. Use my residuals. There is a layer of primer on the canvas, so I'm not feeling too guilty about seeing any. That's pretty cool. Alright, I've got no time left. There might be a minute to tell you guys I run a monthly drawing to help pay for art supplies and produce video tutorials for YouTube. And if you'd like to be of support to the studio, that looks pretty cool. I'm happy that I did that. You can look for the PayPal icon on the bottom right hand corner of my YouTube channel banner. And if you find it and make a donation, you'll be automatically invited to get into the monthly drawing. Yeah, that's very cool. A little waggle. Don't want to take away all those cells. I love you guys. I don't know if I can show you the shimmer. I usually tell you all kinds of stuff that you'll have to see in another video. But I'm pretty happy with this. I'm surprised. I just surprised the heck out of myself, to tell you the truth.